There's an interesting dynamic in modern dating relationships. Like when a man feels weak in his career or his finances, he tries to control his woman. But when he finally gets successful and disciplined, or someone like that, he starts fantasizing about a woman who takes control of him. It feels like a relief to let someone else drive, right? But here's the thing. There's a massive difference between a woman who leads because she nurtures you and a woman who leads because she has a spiritual ego. One helps you relax, the other one makes you lose your own self-respect. Look, here's the thing about submitting to the wrong type of strictness or female-led relationship will literally destroy everything. Female-led relationships, or FLR, is something that is not unknown to me. The power exchange I've had in past relationships, I noticed that a lot of it was rooted for my self-esteem. It may sound ironic, right? But when I had the worst self-esteem, because I couldn't control my life in terms of my happiness, finances, and other stuff, I found myself to be way more controlling in relationships. Since I couldn't control or predict my own life, I would attempt to dictate the behavior of my partner. And this was terrible of me to do because how that made me feel? It made me feel like I had a sense of security. Not at all. And I think a lot of people do this in relationships too. Like their life is in shambles and everything, and they can't control their life. They can't take control of anything, but they're in a relationship at the same time. And then that sort of reflects on how they treat their partner and try to control their partner. But the past 2 years, I've slowly but surely taken control of my life again. My health is much better. I'm doing good with my money. I'm pretty happy, feeling good in mental space. I'm not saying nothing is going wrong, but a lot of things are going right now in life for me. So now I'm way less controlling relationships. It's funny. I mentioned 2 years, right? Past 2 years. Every woman I dated in the past 2 years, they've sort of had a degree of control over me. Some were strict, some were very soft and informal, but like, I think I'm so robotic with my life. Like, gotta go to the gym, gotta work on this, gotta prepare on this, gotta work on 4 YouTube videos, daily uploads. Like, that's how I am. And I'm just in a constant cycle of committing to things and just working and productivity and this and that it's sometimes like when I step away from all that stuff and then hang out with someone, that's like my moment to recharge. Someone else take the wheel. I'm always driving, like and going back to what I was saying about how I used to validate my authority or provide a sense of order, and that made me feel better about myself. The fact that I don't need to do that anymore, it feels like my emotions are at a certain level of security where I'm okay giving up some control or submitting without feeling like I'm losing touch of reality, or I ain't a man no more. I can't lead anymore. I can't do this, that. Like, bro, I trust myself enough emotionally and psychologically where I'll be okay not holding the steering wheel for a bit. I'll be back on the grind and feel rejuvenated right after. I just, let someone else drive. It feels nurturing almost. I've been in situations, remember I said the past 2 years have been like this. I've been in situations where certain women were very strict, right? They were female-led relationships that were very strict, right? And what I'm saying? I kind of liked it, what I'm saying? I'm to compete for it. I'm not gonna lie to y'all here. I'm not gonna lie to y'all and practice act like I'm some angel. Like, listen, I've been in situations where they were so strict that, see, here's the thing. This is the thing about this. I said I liked it, right? But I noticed this pattern here. Oh, this is gonna hurt some people's feelings who are watching this. This is gonna hurt the females. Listen, I'm sorry, ladies. Listen. I've never found someone or met someone who was strict and weren't living in a normal level of consciousness. Like, what do I mean by this? Every strict or high power exchange woman I've ever met, they're like, their ego is out of this world. Like, it's either spiritual ego where they genuinely, like, it's not even a lifestyle or a role play thing or a gimmick or whatever. They really believe they are an enlightened being. It's the scariest form of narcissism I ever seen in my life. The worst part is when they're like, oh, this is a red flag. If anyone says this, that you run away. I'm high vibrational. My vibes are always high. I'm a high vibrational person. The worst part is when they say that, they have anger issues, fragile egos, always offended by everything, entitlement issues, and they literally have no empathy. Like, what are you talking about? What high vibrational? You got anger issues and fragile ego. What is high vibrational about all of this? And look, it's my fault too. Oh, you know what's funny about it? They'll blame other people for that too. But again, it's my fault for entertaining this. I know exactly why this was attractive to engage with, by the way, because I am so robotic about it, right? I'm just always like everything's just bam, 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 bam. I always gotta do stuff, right? The rush I get from experiencing people like this, they don't just take the wheel. It's more of that. Bam, 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 bam. They don't just take the wheel. They'll speed down the interstate, like literally drive away from the police, like a car chase. You know what I'm saying? And it lets your adrenaline rush. And then they want to hop in bed right after. But that may sound exciting to you too, right? Whoever's watching, that may be. Whoa, that sounds like fun. Someone who makes me feel like I'm always like going through an adrenaline rush or something like that. Someone who's really exciting. But I'm telling you from experience, it's like going on the same roller coaster 20 times. Your neck starts hurting. Like, dang, man, we gonna ride this 21 time. Like, your head starts hurting. It feels like it's spinning. Your spine feels like it's collapsing on itself. Not to mention, riding the same roller coaster 20 times gets boring, right? So you're in pain from the roller coaster ride and you're getting bored, right? Because the dopamine in your brain starts neutralizing this stuff. It's not fun anymore. Oh, here's something too. And I just thought about this too, right? Entitlement is not strength. Just because she's demanding, or like she's demanding things with such conviction, this strictness of hers and what you may crave or what I craved, right? It does not help you relax. And this goes all the way back to the main topic of this video. Female-led relationships, I feel like only truly work if their leadership corrects your poor behavior or helps assist that. If she said to you, right, if you were dating a girl who was into FLR, right, and she was like, yo, you missed the gym today. You said you were going to go every day. Get back in the gym. Take care of yourself. I want to see you tomorrow morning. That's way different than, you didn't go to the gym today? All right. I'm just going to ignore you. You're not worthy of my time and energy. Or they may not even say that. They'll just simply ignore you. And they'll feel justified in that. Like there's leadership versus an ego trip. Someone having an ego trip in a relationship does not benefit your well-being. Who wants to be ignored for stuff like that? Like, nobody's perfect. And that's the thing about remember I talked about the spiritual ego. Some people just think and if you think that's hot or attractive, by the way, right? When I said, you're not worth my time or energy, don't worry, I get you. You know what I'm saying? I feel you, you know what I'm saying? I feel I got the light skin face going right now. I feel you, yeah. You know what I'm saying? You like them, the mean girls, right? You know what I'm saying? But I'm telling you, people who are genuinely like that, they'll lose respect for you quickly. If they had any to begin with, of course. And if you want someone to be loyal to you, you will not find that with someone who doesn't respect you. Once you do not supply any more of whatever to fuel their ego, you're tossed away. This doesn't even have to be female-led relationships, this topic right here. This could be, you could be a guy or girl watching this video. You know how it is when someone doesn't respect your relationship anymore. You don't feed their ego anymore, you're gone. You know what I'm saying? They'll find a way to replace you, or they'll start doing things that are completely unfaithful to a relationship. Oh, remember that roller coaster analogy I made, right? The roller coaster thing? Flip it. Think about her perspective. I told you how I felt on the roller coaster, right? Or them speeding down the highway because they took the wheel, right? It's fun. It's exciting a handful of times. And it's hot too, right? But then it's like, all right, you know what I'm saying? I'm not feeling it anymore, cuz, you know what I'm saying? Now it's like, this was fun, but, I'm kind of afraid that, you kind of almost hit a car a few times speeding down. My neck is starting to hurt a little bit from this roller coaster. And she might feel the same way, though. When she doesn't respect you. Like, seriously, just put a timer on, bro. For real. If she don't respect you, you better put a timer on. I think sometimes people treat female-led relationships as something that they fantasized about because they were watching too much stuff online. You know what I'm saying? If you catch my drift. And some people aren't built for this reality, believe it or not. And I think I'm one of those people. Like, a lot of us don't really recognize this, what I'm about to say, but a lot of us like our autonomy, but it's really hot, of course, right, to some of y'all, thinking that some strict woman is taking that away from you, your freedom, or she's being controlling. And like, yeah, it's fun until you experience it. And it's hot and fun for a while, and then, when she's talking to you a certain way, but then it begins to ingrain into her subconscious that she has zero reason to respect you. You're not just submitting. There's a difference. You're not just submitting. You're showing you have the inability to function as a man. her biological drive to seek a competent partner will activate. And she will eventually resent for having to mother you all the time. Once respect is gone, loyalty vanishes. Again, remember I said it's a difference. Submitting isn't the problem, y'all. Nothing wrong with submission. It's the part where you're doing it in a sense where it's not rooted off of trusting someone to lead. You're submitting because you feel weak. And that may not even be a conscious thought to you. You just feel weak subconsciously. Like, you just don't feel good about yourself. So this is why, it's like, honestly, it's really hard to do this type of relationship. Again, people fantasize about it so much. It's really hard to do this type of relationship or power dynamic unless you feel highly functional deep inside. Otherwise, I'm telling you, it's not going to last long. If it starts happening, it starts happening. But once I'm going to sound like being dead horse here. But that's just my opinion, I have friends who have been in FLRs as well. Everything is always very conditional to why it doesn't work, why this and that. And the biggest mistake is where the relationship is not about trusting leadership of the leader. There's no real leadership here. It's just the part where, they're just doing everything, You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't have a single backbone. You're not her man. Like, you guys are in a relationship per se or this and that, but you're not her man. You're just someone she's taking care of or playing mother to, or just, you know what I'm saying? You'll leech. Like, for real, I don't know how to say. Like, you a bug, bro. Like, yeah, I'm not trying to be mean, but it's like that's but I'm saying that because how you think she gonna feel about it? She's the one directly interacting with you. I'm just saying it from like a third person perspective, or outside perspective, right? Not third person, outside, but like how you think she's feeling about it, Like, there's just a difference. Like, you gotta. Anyway, what do you guys think? Let me know down below. Love you guys. I'm out.